In this video, we'll show you how to create the assembly for the lorry using Inventor. Once you've launched Inventor, we need to open up a new assembly file. So to do this, move the mouse to the top left-hand corner of the screen, click on the File button. Then click on New. In this Create New File window, we always have to make sure we select a metric file. So to do that, move the mouse to where it says the ENUS folder, click on the little arrow next to it, and select metric. Because we're about to create an assembly, we need to make sure that we open an assembly type file. So the assembly files are in this area here. And we are looking for the standard assembly file. So when we find it, click on it, and then click Create. The first thing we have to do in an assembly is bring in the parts that we want to assemble together. To bring these parts into the assembly, we move the mouse to the top left-hand corner of the screen and click on Place. If this button doesn't say Place, then click on the little arrow here and select Place from the menu. You will need to find your technical folder in your space of the school network in order to find the lorry files that you have created previously. If you don't know how to find this folder, ask your teacher for help now. Once you've opened up this folder, you want to find the lorry base first. So select it and then click Open. We can see on screen, we've got this lorry base, which if I move the mouse about, I can see what's happening. Now, I can't see the whole of this lorry base. So in order to see what's happening a bit better, I'm going to zoom out a bit by rolling the middle mouse button away from me. Once I can see the whole thing, I can see what I'm doing a bit easier now. So I'm going to click once to put that lorry base in. And you can see if I keep moving the mouse around, it'll still add these out. Now, I only want one to be added. So to deselect this, press Escape on your keyboard. In every assembly that you do, you need to ground the first part that you bring in. This is vital as it makes the rest of the assembly a little bit easier. This also ensures that when you come to create your production drawings, that the views will be orientated correctly. So in order to ground this part, move the mouse over it. You'll see it highlights in green when the mouse is over it. Then right-click and then select Grounded. It's around about 2/3 the way down this menu. To deselect this now, left-click somewhere in the grey space around the base. To check that this has been grounded, look toward the modelling tree on the left-hand side of the screen. That's this white space on the left-hand side here. There's only one part that's been added. It's called the lorry base. And you can see the blue square next to it, which indicates it's a part, has a little pin in it. This tells you it's been grounded. Now we're going to save our progress so far. So to do that, move the mouse to the top left-hand corner of the screen and click on the File button. Now we're going to select the Save As option because this is the first time we're saving this. Before you save this, you will need to make sure that you've got your technical folder open in your space of the network. If you don't know how to find this, ask your teacher for help now. Once you've found the correct folder, we need to name this file. So at the bottom area here, beside where it says File Name, click in here, and we're going to call this Assembled Lorry. Once they've given it a file name called that, we're then going to click Save. Now we're going to add the wheels to the lorry. To add any component to an assembly, and the same as what we did when we added the lorry base, move the mouse to the top left-hand corner of the screen and click on the Place folder. All of the components you've created for the lorry will be saved into your technical folder. Now this folder should open up straight away here because we've just saved this file as assembled lorry into that. However, if it doesn't open, find these files from your technical folder in your space of the school network. And if you don't know how to do that, ask your teacher for help now. We're looking to add the lorry wheel. So we're going to select the lorry wheel and then click Open. You can see you've got this lorry wheel sitting at the side here. So I'm going to click once to add that wheel in. Now, I know I'm going to have to add more of these later, but I'm just going to include one at the moment. So when I move the mouse over, I want to deselect this by pressing Escape on the keyboard. Now, I'm going to look to constrain this wheel onto the lorry base. Whenever we're looking to constrain parts to other parts in an assembly, you want to ask yourself the same question over and over again. Which surface would you like to touch another surface? In this case, we want this flat surface of the wheel to touch the flat surface of the side of the lorry base, either on this side of the lorry base or on the other side. In order to do this, we need to move the mouse to the top of the screen and click on this Constrain button. Then, select this flat side of the wheel. In order to tell you it's definitely the flat side, you'll see a little green cross with an arrow coming out of it. What you definitely do not want to see here is one edge selected and a green dot in the middle. This will end up with it being incorrectly constrained. So you want to select the face. So I can see that green cross with the arrow coming from it. I'm going to click. You can see that face is now highlighted in blue. And I want to constrain this to this front face of the lorry base here. So I'm going to move it over again. I need to see that little green cross with the arrow coming out of it, where I can see that click. It doesn't make any difference whereabout on that face you constrain that to. We're just locking that face to there. Now, when we've done that, you might find that this, instead of coming out the way like this, has gone into the lorry base like this. If that does happen to you, all we'll need to do is flip that around. Now, to flip that, you use these two buttons in the Place Constraint menu here. So these two buttons here are Mate and Align. So I just want to flip that around to mate it. When it's like this, that's perfect. So you click Apply. Now, we want to constrain the curved surfaces of the wheel to the curved surface of one of the axles, which is coming out from the base. So in order to do that, move the mouse over the curved surface of the wheel, and you'll see that green center line going through the center of it. When you see that, click. Then move the mouse over the curved surface of the axles, and again, when you see that green center line coming through, click. And that will line up that wheel like this. That's perfect, so I'm going to click Apply. Now, that's that wheel in completely, so I'm going to click Cancel. We now need to assemble the other three wheels onto the lorry base. These three wheels will follow the exact same process as what we've just shown you here. So if you feel confident enough, you can go ahead and add these three wheels without watching all of the video for the next wee bit. However, if you get stuck on anything, then you can find the answer from watching the video over the next few minutes, where we'll show you how to add each of the wheels individually. So again, to add the wheels in, click on the Place button. We click on the lorry wheel part, click on Open, click to put it in, and then press Escape on the keyboard to deselect it. Then we select the Constrain button, click on the flat surface of the wheel, then we click on the flat surface of the side of the lorry base. That's constrained correctly, so I'll click Apply. Now I want to line up the circles, so I move the mouse over the curved edge so I can see that green center line coming in. Then move the mouse over the curved edge of the axle so I can see again that green center line, and click. Then click Apply. Then click Cancel. Now, because I want to add two wheels to the other side, I'm going to have to rotate this view around so I can see the other side of the lorry base. So to remind you, to rotate the view around, press and hold the Shift key on your keyboard, click and hold the middle mouse button on your mouse, and then move the mouse around. And you just want to move it around until you can see that side there. Once I can see that, now we can add the other two wheels. So click Place, select the lorry wheel part, click Open, click once to put it in, then I'll press Escape on the keyboard to deselect that other one. Click Constrain. Now, because this menu is coming in the way of this, I'm going to pan this view across by clicking and holding the middle mouse button and then moving the mouse. Now I can see the wheel, so I'm going to select the flat surface here. Then I'm going to select the flat surface of the side of the lorry base. It's in the correct way, so I'm going to click apply. Move the mouse over the curved surface. When I see the green center line, click. Move the mouse over the curved surface of the axle. When I can see the green center line, click. That's in place, so click apply. Then click cancel. Then add the other wheel by clicking place. Selecting the wheel, click open. Click somewhere to put it in. Then press escape on the keyboard to deselect it. Click constrain. Select the flat surface of the wheel, then select the flat surface of the lorry base. It's in the correct way, so click apply. Then move the mouse over the curved surface of the wheel until you can see that green center line, then click. Move the mouse over the curved surface of the axle when you can see the green center line, click. And then click apply. Then click cancel. And we're going to save our progress so far by clicking file and then save. Now, we want to add the lorry cab to this assembly. Now, because the lorry cab is going to go in the front of this assembly, I'm going to rotate this around so I can see the front surface. So again, to remind you, to rotate this view around, press and hold the shift key on your keyboard, then click and hold the middle mouse button, and then move the mouse until you can see the front and top surfaces. When you can see a view something like that, that's us fine. Now, I'm going to pan this view across so it's more central on the screen. So to pan the view, click and hold the middle mouse button and then move the mouse. So to add the cab in, we need to move the mouse to the top left-hand corner of the screen, click on the place button, select the lorry cab, and then click open. When it's somewhere on the screen, click, and then to deselect it, press escape on your keyboard. You can see that this is kind of a bit off the screen, so I'm going to have to zoom out of this slightly. So to zoom out, roll the middle mouse button away from you. The first step of assembling this lorry cab onto the lorry base is to make sure that it sits on top of the lorry base. So in order to do that, we're going to click on the constrain button. And I'm going to select the top surface of the lorry base. And then I'm going to have to select the bottom surface of the lorry cab, but I can't see it. So I'm going to have to rotate this view around. So again, to rotate, remember, it's press and hold the shift key on your keyboard. Then click and hold the middle mouse button. And then move the mouse. And I just want to move this around until I can see the bottom surface of that lorry cab. When I can see it, move the mouse over it. And when you can see that green cross with the arrow coming down for it, that tells you you've selected the face. Click. You can see that that's gone together perfectly, so I'm going to click apply. Now I'm going to rotate this around again so I can see this a bit more clearly. So press and hold the shift key on your keyboard, click and hold the middle mouse button, and then move the mouse. Now what I can see now is that I can see that this lorry cab is absolutely perfectly on top of the lorry base, but it's not lined up with the side properly or lined up with the front properly. And that's exactly as I would expect because I've not constrained the front or the sides yet. So we'll constrain the front first. So we want the front face to line up with the front face of the lorry base. So to do that, select the front face of the lorry cab. Then select the front face of the lorry base. And if you find that it flips around like this, remember to fix this, all we've got to do is select the other one. So at the moment we've got mate selected, so now we select the other one of these buttons to align button. So if click the other one, it'll flip it over the correct way around. So when it's there, after you click that, click apply. Now we want to align the side of the lorry cab with the side of the lorry base. So move the mouse over the side of the lorry cab. When you've got the side selected, you can see that green cross with the arrow coming off it, click. Then move the mouse to the side of the lorry base, and again we can see a little green cross with the arrow coming off it, click. And that should also line up properly. Now if this one came up with an error, that just means that you've got that the wrong way around. So again, if it came up with an error, flip it around with using the other one of these, and then click apply. That's the lorry cab assembled to the lorry base, so I'm going to click cancel, and I'm going to save my progress. So I'll move the mouse to the top left-hand corner of the screen, click File, then click Save. That's this lorry now completely assembled.